I deleted 6 months of work in 3 seconds. And then I got it all back in 5. This video will show you how. Picture this. You're building your dream project. A game, an app, whatever. You've been coding for months. Then you try to add one tiny feature. 5 minutes of work, but something breaks. So you panic. You start deleting files, moving things around, trying to fix it. And now, nothing works. At all. Your entire project, gone. Unless you know Git. Okay, so what is Git? Forget the technical jargon for a second. Git is a time machine for your code. Imagine you're writing a book. Every time you finish a chapter, you take a snapshot. Not just saving it, but creating a complete backup of your entire book at that exact moment. Now, imagine you can jump back to any of those snapshots. Chapter 3, Chapter 7, even Chapter 1 if you want. That's Git, but for code. Every snapshot is called a commit, and every commit is like a save point in a video game. You die? No problem. Go back to your last checkpoint. You break your code? No problem. Go back to your last commit. But here's where it gets really powerful. Git doesn't just let you go backwards, it lets you create parallel universes. Let's say you want to try adding a new feature, but you're not sure if it'll work. With Git, you can create a branch, a separate timeline where you experiment without touching your main project. If the experiment works, you merge it back into the main timeline. If it doesn't, you just delete that branch. No harm done, your main code isn't touched. It's like having a safety net under your creativity. Now, maybe you're thinking, I'm just learning to code, I'll worry about Git later. And that's what I thought as well. Here's what actually happened. I spent about 2 weeks making a 2D game. No Git, just saving files, you know, the good old way. Then my laptop crashed. Everything gone. I didn't even have a backup, everything was on the laptop. So I had to rebuild from memory. It took me less than a week, but I still wasted time. If I had used Git, 5 minutes to recover everything. But it's not just about disasters. Here's the real reason Git matters. Every tech job wants it. Every coding bootcamp teaches it. Every open source project uses it. And if you want to collaborate with literally anyone on coding project, Git is the language everyone speaks. Alright, let's build your mental model. There are only 4 concepts you need to master. First, the repository, or repo if you want to sound cool.
Calc stands for calculator, I'm just using slang.
This is just a folder, but it's a magic folder because Git is watching it. Every change you make, Git sees it. Every file you create, edit or delete, Git tracks it. Think of it like a security camera for your code. Second, the commit. This is your snapshot. When you commit, you're telling Git, hey, save everything exactly as it is right now. And here's the crucial part. You write a message. This message explains what you did, so future you or other developers can understand your history. Pro tip, don't write messages like fixed stuff or trust me, future you will be very confused. Third, the branch, your parallel timeline. Every repo starts with one branch called main or master. That's your primary timeline. But you can create new branches anytime, for experiments, for features, or bug fixes. And here's the magic. Branches don't interfere with each other. You can work on a new feature while your teammate fixes a bug. Same project, 0 conflicts. Fourth, the merge, bringing timelines together. Git automatically combines the changes. Usually. Sometimes it gets confused. We'll talk about that nightmare in a minute. Okay, theory is boring, let's actually do this. I'm going to walk you through your first Git workflow step by step. First, you need a project. I'll use a simple website folder. Open your terminal in this folder, then type git init. Boom! You just created a repository. Git is now watching this folder. Now type git status. Git shows you what's changed. Right now, everything's untracked, meaning Git sees the files, but isn't saving them yet. To tell Git, hey, I want you to track this, you add files. The dot means add everything. You can also add specific files if you want. Green means staged, ready to commit. Now for the snapshot, type git commit -m initial commit. Congratulations, you just created your first checkpoint. From now on, you can always come back to this exact moment. And that's the loop. Make changes, add, commit, repeat. Every few changes, you commit. It's like saving your game constantly. Now, here's where it gets really fun. Let's say you want to redesign your website, but you don't want to break the current version. Create a branch. This creates a new timeline called redesign, but you're still on the main branch. To switch to the new one, type git checkout redesign. Or pro shortcut, git checkout -b redesign does both at once, creates and switches. Now you're in a sandbox. Go wild. Change colors, rewrite entire pages, break everything, it doesn't matter. Because your main branch, still perfect, still untouched. You can switch back anytime with git checkout main. And suddenly, your project looks exactly like it did before, like magic. Let's say your redesign is amazing, you want to make it permanent. Switch back to main, then type git merge redesign. Git combines all your changes into the main branch. And now, your redesign is the main site. You can even delete the old branch now, you don't need it anymore. Okay, we need to talk about the game changer. Everything I've shown you so far, it's all happening on your computer. But what if your laptop dies? What if you want to work from a different computer? What if you want someone else to contribute to your project? That's where remote repositories come in. A remote repository is your code, but on the internet. Think of it like Dropbox or Google Drive, but specifically designed for code. The most popular platform? GitHub. But there's also GitLab, Bitbucket, and others. Alright, 2 more commands that'll change everything. Push and pull. Think of GitHub as a shared locker for your code. Push means take my commits and send them up to GitHub. Pull means download commits from GitHub down to my computer. That's it. Push sends, pull receives. Here's the workflow. You're working on a team. You make commits all morning. Your teammate makes commits on their computer. You both push to GitHub. Now your work is combined in one place. Tomorrow morning, you pull. Now you have their code. They pull. Now they have yours. Everyone stays in sync. That's how teams build software together. Pro tip, always pull before you push. Why? Because if someone else pushed while you were coding, you need their changes first. Otherwise, Git blocks you, tells you, hey, you're out of date. It's like trying to edit a Google Doc while someone else is typing. You gotta refresh first. Pull first, push second. Last thing, Git Clone. This downloads an entire project from GitHub to your computer. Want to work on someone's open source project? Clone it. Got a new laptop and need your old projects? Clone them. One command, entire project ready to go. So here's the complete flow. You work locally, make commits, create branches. You push to share, you pull to sync, you clone to start. And that is how the entire world collaborates on code. Now let's talk about what happens when things go wrong. Sometimes Git can't figure out how to merge. This happens when 2 branches change the same line of code in different ways. Git doesn't know which version to keep, so it asks you to decide. Here's what you'll see. Everything between head and the equal signs, that's the main branch version. Everything between the equal signs and the redesign marker, that's your branch version. You just pick one, or combine them, then delete these weird markers. Save the file, add it, commit it, done. Merge conflict sounds scary, but they're just Git asking for your input. Fun fact, senior developers still panic when they see merge conflicts. You're not alone. Alright, you know the basics, now let me show you what took me years to learn. Tip 1. Commit way more than you think you should. Beginners make huge commits, 1 commit for a whole day's work. Professionals, they commit every small change. Why? Because small commits are easier to understand, easier to undo, and easier to review. Tip 2. Your commit messages should tell a story. Future you will thank you. Trust me. Tip 3. Use a git ignore file. Some files should never be committed. Passwords, API keys, huge libraries. Add them to the .gitignore and Git will pretend they do not exist. Tip 4. Master git stash. Sometimes you're in the middle of coding and need to switch branches, but your changes aren't ready to commit. Git stash saves your changes temporarily without committing them. Switch branches, do whatever you need, then type git stash pop. And your changes come back like they were never gone. And tip 5. Never, and I mean never, push directly to main. This is the golden rule in professional teams. Always work in branches, always merge through pull requests, always get code reviewed. Why? Because one bad push to main can break the entire project for everyone. Remember that disaster from the beginning? The 6 months of work I deleted? Here's what actually happened. I had been committing every day, multiple times a day. When I accidentally deleted everything, I just typed git log, found the last good commit, and typed git checkout and the commit ID. 5 seconds later, everything was back. 6 months of work, saved by a time machine I'd built without even realizing it. Look, I'm not gonna lie to you, Git has a learning curve. You're gonna forget commands, you're gonna Google how to undo a commit at least 40 times. You're gonna accidentally delete a branch you needed. I've done it, everyone's done it. But here's the thing, once you get it, You can't imagine coding without it. Because Git isn't just about saving your work, it's about fearlessness. You know that voice in your head that goes, what if I break everything? Well, Git kills that voice because you can't break everything, not permanently. You want to completely rewrite your CSS? Try it. You want to refactor your entire app? Do it. Because if it fails, you're one command away from going back. That's the actual power of Git. It's not the commands, it's actually the confidence that it gives you. So here's what I want you to do. Don't just watch this video and go, oh cool, good to know. Pick any project, even if it's just a single HTML file that says hello world, and type git init. Make one commit, at least just one. Feel what it's like to take that first snapshot. I'll leave in the description the link to the official Git website where you can download and install Git. And hey, if this video saved you from a future disaster, which statistically it probably will, hit the like button.